background of Weber exactly depicts how Mumbai Indians would feel right now after two matches. It's not about losing two matches, but it's about the intent which they have showed in two matches, especially their batting. I'll directly hand it over to you, Jinesh. What do you think about Mumbai Indians?
I mean, the way they were playing without any intent, not promoting players like Namandhir up better. I
Mm,
mean, they are much better strikers of ball. We saw them last year also. We saw them in 23 as well when none of these players were there, like Hardik Pandya, and none of them were there. And when Namandhir and Nehal were there, we have
mm,
seen Robin Mins in the last match as well. He doesn't play with intent. He needs some time to build up that innings. The best
mm,
possible position would be to send him at 3 or 4 or 5, but over there we can't send him because we have
mm,
already got Tilak Verma and Surya Kumar Yadav cementing their places over there. The other thing also, the bowling as well. We were 20-25 runs more. 170 would have been a very good score. Raju, I don't know, like he's actually a good bowler. He needs to be groomed much
He got a
better.
very warm hug at the start of the inning, so I
He got
thought,
warm hug, his collars were set, so many things were done, but nothing, no effect of that. And he was hit around the park as well. But the
mm,
problem is that unless Bumrah doesn't come, Mumbai Indians will be playing like this one.
yeah. As we predicted in the pre-match that yes, it will be the top three performing for GT, and it was exactly that case. Their top three performing, one of them getting a big 50, the rest of the two supporting with a good strike rate, that is in Shubman Gill and Josh Butler. But what do you say about Mohammad Siraj and Prasidh Krishna as well, the two potential Indian bowlers to play for India in mostly the red ball format? What do you think about them? Whether they bowled extremely well today, especially Prasidh Krishna. They did not just let the Mumbai batters get on, and the way Siraj started by the wicket of Rohit Sharma first up was great bowling today.
It's really amazing to see Indian net bowlers perform in this IPL. Be it
Mm,
Khalil Ahmed, be it Prasidh Krishna, all these people have
yeah.
been used for a very long time outside the ground in any sort of tournament. It's time that
Mm,
they get a recognition. And there is a
mm,
space, there is a void which Jasprit Bumrah often leaves. And that's
mm,
again up for catch now. And people, like, for some reason, they don't use these players.
mm,
Harshit Rana has been given the opportunity, but you've got a lot more players. You've got Khalil Ahmed, who's been doing
mm,
netballing for like close to 3 or 4 years. Same thing
yeah.
with Prasidh Krishna. I think it's time to recognize these players as credible bowlers. I
Mm,
wouldn't say it was all just Prasidh Krishna, but it was especially the ball in which he got out. Like
yeah.
Hardik Pandya got out.
Mm,
There was no effort in that shot. There was no
yeah.
intent to go big. And
Mm,
without that, I don't know how he'll take the game forward for MI.
mm,
The same
mm,
thing with bigger teams. I think that this IPL they've made it in such a way that you know it's not a farmers league. You don't face CSK and MI again in the
mm,
playoffs. It's something else. I think that's the
mm,
sort of vibe going on, and that could be the reason why such things have happened.
yeah.
We'll only have to wait and see what happens. There's a game for
Mm,
CSK tomorrow and another one for MI in a couple of days. So we'll have to wait and
yeah.
watch.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah, as far as fielding standards is concerned, I feel from all the 18 seasons we have seen so far, this is the worst in terms of fielding standards from any team. I mean, there is not a single match where a catch is not dropped in the fielding department by any teams. MI fielding was really, really bad at the start, and the way they started with their bowling as well was really below average. I don't think it was some amazing batting by Sai Sudharsan or Shubman Gill. They were just going about with their business, but the bowling was really below par. The fielding was really below par. That's what Hardik Pandya also mentioned after the match, that the fielding was really, really bad. And we have seen in the last match as well. Even we were talking about the last match, the CSK match, where Deepak Hooda, even before that, players like Nicholas Puran have dropped catches in the crucial positions, and very easy. The dolly catches, as we say in international cricket, where it should have been capitalized, but that those have been dropped. And the another thing I feel is, I don't know why Tilak Verma was playing the way he did today. I don't know why he was continuously by trying to target the leg side. I don't know what was going wrong. Was the ball keeping very low, or the pitch was too sticky to hit it over the line on the offside, or what was the what but the kind of inning Tilak Verma played today made the life of all the batters coming after him, and even Surya Kumar Yadav very difficult. Even in the shot which he got out, he was trying to hit again in the leg side, which was bowled in the offside. He could just cut it away or just drive it and got it like to couple of runs. But Tilak Verma's batting was out of my understanding what he was trying to do. He's a player who has made a name for himself in international cricket as well as Mumbai cricket for quite a while now. But I didn't understand the way he was batting. Surya Kumar tried his best. He was trying the way he bats. This was the pitch also looked like the kind of final 19 November final which we played. That kind of a wicket today, a bit slower, a bit lower as well.
But
Mm.
in this match also, when the ball, I mean, when the pitch is slow, what was the need to drop a Vignesh
Slow
Puttu?
ball.
You could have taken him in the
Mm.
squad. He would have taken you wickets also.
Yeah.
He has
Exactly.
not
No,
played also against them.
last game he picked up three extremely good wickets, and
Yeah, I think a lot of there to discuss for the MI camp as well to get start on those winning routes because they have their next match against KKR in their own home ground. I guess that home advantage gives them some positives and they can start their winning streak again. So talking about the point which we were discussing yesterday, we have a good response to that video as well about where we spoke about MS Dhoni, and there is a lot of criticism coming our way against like a small YouTubers like us can talk about a legend like him, but we were not talking about the legend he is. We are talking about the franchise which is facing the problems because of the position he is batting in.
see, every time, I think the last time CSK won was with Devon
Mm.
Conway in the opening position, along with
Right.
Ruturaj Gaikwad. That has worked, and all of a sudden they change that entire formula. Then they bring in a Rachin Ravindra and Rahul Tripathi to open. Rahul Tripathi hasn't proved much. He has
Mm.
a long time ago he opened and he won the tournament, but
Yeah.
that's not valid anymore. The problem
Mm.
for CSK is Tripathi, Vijay Shankar, and Deepak Huda. How do they
Mm.
make these three players play? And you
Mm.
also have an MSD who at 4 crores plays after Ashwin.
Mm.
If they sort out one of them, like bring in a Devon Conway, that Sam Curran issue goes away. You've got three good
Mm.
players in the opening slot. Or promote Dubey instead of sending a Sam Curran. Play Dubey at number 4, which is what he
Yeah.
did last year. He did pretty well at
Mm.
number 4.
Mm.
These are like common
But the problem
issues.
with Dubey is like he needs a strong base to start hitting the bowlers to the spinners
No, but
because there is
the
no
other
base
problem with
in the
Dubey is
last
that he
man.
can only hit spinners. He
Yeah, that's
cannot
true.
hit
That's what
fast
I'm
bowlers.
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying. That was about IPL. We have been speaking about IPL since a long while, but there is also different news around cricket which has been sparking some attention in this week. So there was a meeting between the World Cricket Association members, and there were some few discussions, and a report was given by Times of India on that meeting and discussion. The highlight of that meeting was India is having a share currently in the ICC of 38.5% of the revenue. They want that revenue to be slashed to around 10% for all the countries, and it will be only fair. But nowhere in that meeting or the outcome of the meeting, nothing was mentioned about the revenue India gives or the revenue BCCI gives to the ICC, the kind of ticket revenue and broadcasting revenue India gives to the ICC. So, how fair do you think is to slash down India's share from 38 to around 10 or 5%, Jinaj?
no, I mean, to 10% is wrong, to be honest. I mean, shares should be according to what you bring it on the table also. It should be,
Yeah.
I mean, it should be proportionate to what you bring on the table, and we bring a lot on the table. I agree that the 38.5% revenue share is a little too more for India as well,
Mm.
because you want to see other countries also to prosper as well. I don't think so it'll come down to such a percentage like 10%. It might come down to a much lesser, like let's say 30%. From 38 it might come down to 30%.
Yeah. Weber?
My question is why should India reduce their percentage? 38.5 is perfect. That's my side of it's my point of view because there are two things. First, India hosts massive tournaments like the IPL, and
Mm.
some foreign players, especially those from Australia and England, solely
Mm.
survive because of such a tournament. For example,
Mm.
this Corbin Bosch, he
Mm.
left Pakistan Premier League just to play in IPL. Why would a person take that decision if he's not getting the enough exposure to cricket in such a tournament? Let
Mm.
alone the financial factor. This is
Mm.
where cricket is actually growing. Players
Yeah.
from all teams get to understand players from the other countries, how they play, and
Mm.
they get to learn a new form of cricket.
Yeah.
There, there's lots of things that IPL has contributed. And
Mm.
IPL stands for Indian Premier League, which is conducted by BCCI. It's not
Yeah.
conducted by ICC. So I think that alone is a major factor to not consider reducing the whole 38.5.
Mm.
BBL hasn't done that. The T10 League hasn't done that, and
Mm.
they don't seem to be promoting any new players within the country or from outside the
Mm.
country. What's the point in India reducing their side of or their take from from ICC? Firstly, then secondly, have you like
Mm.
has ICC even considered the associate nations? The number of
Mm.
players in the associate nations usually come from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or Sri Lanka. These four
Mm.
countries, and
Mm.
I think these four countries should have a massive share compared to the English Cricket Board or the Australian Cricket Board because they are working not only for themselves but also for so many other associate countries, training players for them. In some cases, like India had been providing grounds for Afghanistan to come and play in. So it's
Mm.
not just one board that they're managing. And India, like in the past, they've also helped the West Indies cricket board. Considering all of this, why should India reduce their share? Or for that
Yeah.
matter, any country reduce their share? They've done enough.
Mm.
They are doing a lot more. And the
Mm.
audience, most of the audience are from the subcontinent,
Mm.
cricket of any form. So why should anybody reduce their side of share? I think what is given is correct. Just because England or Australia have a diminishing cricket viewership, that doesn't mean that they need to get a lot more funding because
Yeah.
viewership and funding are two different things. And I
Yeah.
don't think anything left to improve on their side.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. So my take on this is when India won the 1983 World Cup, India was not as big as it is now. The BCCI was not as it is now. So I mean, the Indian team or the BCCI started its journey by proving itself on the bigger stage by winning that World Cup and then winning a lot of other things as well, and then started getting that viewership as well as broadcasting rights and all those money pumping in. The BCCI used that money to pump in the players as well, get some quality players out there and start the IPL as well. There is a discussion about the IPL as well, how much it takes away from international cricket and gives approximately very less compared to what they take from that. But it's about the supply chain, as we always talk about. The demand and supply process is going to be followed, and the demand which is coming out from Indian viewership and broadcasting is much higher than what is coming out from the other teams. And if a team is if an organization like BCCI is catering to that demand, then they would need that money which they are getting from ICC. Yes, there might be some restrictions or there might be some rules which might come into picture to progress the associate nations and the nations which are not doing well in the current cricket scenario. But that doesn't mean that you need to nullify the fact that whatever India brings on the table. That's what I feel. But yeah, this is what our take is on this report. What do you think about what India's share should be, or is it correct right now? Please do let us know in the comments as well. The next talking point is, yes, we are going through an IPL, but there are also some talks going about the Indian tour to India A tour to play the England Lions as well. And Karun Nair has been considered to be a part of that India A team. What do you think about that? Does it give a sign of Karun Nair being considered for the Indian squad in the England tour for the test matches, or do you think it's just an opportunity for him to prove himself before that call up, Weber?
I think we saw a similar thing with Varun Chakravarti. Varun Chakravarti lost his position in the team after
Mm.
the T20 World Cup in Dubai. So I think the
Mm.
same thing has happened to Karun Nair. I think that gives him the opportunity to prove himself, and if he
Mm.
proves, then he's got his position reserved.
Mm.
And I think it is fair to give him the opportunity because he
Mm.
has performed in the domestic tours, and
Mm.
BCCI did say that they would consider domestic tours. I think
Mm.
considering that even a player like Shardul Thakur should be given the opportunity to go and prove himself in the like given the absence of Jasprit Bumrah or his uncertainty, I think what they've done is correct, and players like Karun Nair should be.
Rightly so. Yeah, we'll see if he performs well in that India A tour, if he's picked in the side, and if he does, I'm sure he's going to be featuring in the India squad for the England. So yeah, my last question obviously is for you, Jinanch. It's
Yeah.
around the India squad for England, and the preparations are going on obviously while the IPL is in its full swing. But while the IPL is also in the full swing, there is a player who has played 2 matches, 7 balls, 8 runs, and not gone beyond the first over of the inning. So, would you take him as a captain for India England tour?
If you're considering the BGT tour as one of the things, then obviously should not be selected. Your half of
Mm.
the team should not be selected for that if you're considering the BGT
Yeah.
performance.
Mm.
Not KL Rahul, not Virat Kohli. Apart from Bumrah and Yashasvi Jaiswal and Pant to some an extent, no one
Mm.
has cemented their places for Test, I feel.
Mm.
But considering the same thing like the captaincy, do you think
Mm.
Bumrah has still not been able to play the IPL?
Yeah.
When will he recover? That's the first thing.
Mm.
If he still doesn't recover by the end of
Mm.
the IPL, is he going to play the England tour? If he doesn't
Mm.
play the England tour, then who captains?
Yeah.
You don't have a steady captain as well yet.
But
So
are you taking Rohit Sharma just because you don't have any other captain, or are you
yes,
taking him on merit?
obviously, no, not on merit. On
Okay.
merit, I told you, right? No one deserves a place only. People
Mm.
will keep saying that who is your number four batter, who's your number, who will be your opener. You have to
Mm.
give them chance now first to see. But again, it's a foreign tour. You'll
Mm.
have to back experience more.
Mm.
If you consider the averages of
Mm.
England of players who have played in England, Rohit
Yeah.
Sharma is one of the top who has got the average. Rohit
Mm.
Sharma has got an average of 43, 42, 43, something like that.
Mm.
More than two more runs than his career average. So considering that, I would take him anytime over there.
Mm.
And the other thing is the pitch conditions won't be similar to Australia. You
Mm.
don't have those bouncy pitches anymore. You have
Mm.
got flat pitches in England now. The
Mm.
only swinging conditions you will get is because of the overcast weather.
Correct.
Considering all of those things,
Mm.
I feel Rohit Sharma should go. The
Mm.
only reason is that you don't. The main reason is that you don't have a captain at the
Captain.
moment. You need to groom someone. Probably
Yeah.
he might opt out from this test and he might come in for the home series or something of that sort. We never
Mm.
know. But I feel that Rohit Sharma should go because it's a foreign tour as well.
Mm. Right? Yeah. So, yeah, that's about the England tour and the preparations going around that. Tomorrow in the IPL, we have a double header. We have DC versus SRH, and Chennai is again playing in Chepauk against RR. DC and SRH match is interesting because it is in Vishakhapatnam, which is the home ground for Delhi. But Vishakhapatnam is more close to Hyderabad than Delhi. So you are free to assume who the fans would be supporting there. It will be mostly Hyderabad. Your key players for those 2 matches, Weber?
Sir, it's already fixed. The same opening combination. So
Mm.
Ishan Kishan, Hendrik Klaasen, Travis
Mm.
Head. These are the players
Mm.
to watch out. Maybe
Mm.
I'd also add somebody like um, Nitish Kumar Reddy and Mohammad Shami. On DC
Mm.
side, again Akshar Patel, KL Rahul, Jake Fraser-McCurk if he plays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ashutosh, yeah, not to forget.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's for that game. The evening
Mm.
game, I don't know what to say. If they pick Conway might make it. But Rachin
Mm.
Ravindra is obvious. Noor Ahmed, Khalil Ahmed. In the Rajasthan side, Sanju Samson, Yashasvi Jaiswal maybe because CSK has that weird tendency where players that don't play usually, like Prithvi Shaw wasn't performing last year, and then he got his
Yeah.
form when he played against CSK. So something like
Yeah.
that might happen to Yashasvi Jaiswal. So
Mm.
Jaiswal
Mm.
might come in and play.
Okay. So yeah, a double header tomorrow. So I feel Chennai is going to give one more game to those 2 players which we were talking about and criticizing about their spot in the team, which is Deepak Hooda and Rahul Tripathi. They might give them another game. They might give them another go. They might make a change to Sam Curran and get a Jamie Overton. Maybe that's what I feel because they are not troubling the opening stand. Then the only next option they have is Jamie Overton and replace him with a Sam Curran. So I think that is going to be the change for Chennai, and I guess Chennai is going to lose tomorrow because the kind of team they have, I don't think it is good enough for a win for sure. If Rajasthan scores anywhere between more than 150, 160, I mean it's a game for Rajasthan, because Chennai is not, the batting is just not clicking, especially with the Dhoni not coming at number 7 or number 8. I don't think much can be done for them. But yeah, SRH, it's a good match to see because it was a decently scored encounter, the last one in Vishakhapatnam between. So we'll see what SRH, high risk, high reward, does on that wicket. If they go for another 220 or they reach only a 150 or 160, we'll see. We'll see about that match, what those two matches have for us in the making. So please do join us for the review of those two matches, and please do like, share, and subscribe the channel. And we are liking the support that you are giving the last video. So please keep on doing that and liking that video as well. So do join us for the next videos. Take care. Bye bye.